Okay, the agenda, this, trying to figure out what to talk to you guys about today, and kind of come up with these ideas, and hopefully that'll help understand why in the world we have this, another new process. It's been around for a few years, but why we have it. Who knows when ARFORGEN first came in? What year, what time frame? 2005, 2006, right? We all remember the discussions. So what did we used to have? What's up there? Pretty much you'd have a major contingency, you'd have the regional force, active component primarily, some reinforcing forces, and lo and behold, a strategic reserve. What did we end up becoming? We became a rotational response force. So some of the references, what are the references you pull out when you're trying to understand ARFORGEN and applying it? You got to report how you guys are doing, right? What's your readiness status? So ARFORGEN is 3 phases, right? Over 5 years. Difference is active component, 3 phases over 3 years. Reset, like you mentioned, train ready, you're going to have train ready 1, train ready 2, train ready 3. And you're going to lead up into the available year. How do we know we're achieving those benchmarks? Well, excited about that. Reset. Again, your aim point outcome. Reset is the year that you do primarily, other than you're trying to get yourself back in the shape, but while you're trying to get yourself back in the shape after a deployment, where's your main emphasis going to be?
Recruiting.
Who? What did you?
Individual training.
Individual training, exactly. What else? I heard recruiting. Recruiting is true. It's not so much us, but the recruiting commands should be working closely at this time with us trying to get our units up on DMSOQ. What you're going to do, you're going to make sure that your soldiers are going off and getting their WLC, ALC, SLC, Captain's Career, ILD, et cetera, or if they have everything they need, then they're going to do some sustainment training. Okay, you went through it all and now you are available. You're ready to go. Now, of course, you'll see those 2 arrows, the difference between allocated and apportioned. You can see where your expectations are to be at a higher readiness level to where you're available. Okay, so like I said, it's all great in theory, but to me, there's obviously some issues in implementing the program. And I think we've touched over a few of them, but we're going to go through a few of the concepts again. So it's supposed to be a supply-based. We're supposed to be an enduring operational reserve. I think we kind of touched on that. Resources. It's a big issue for us. So when we were a strategic reserve, it didn't cost them very much money to have us. Okay, not only do you need the employee, we're citizens, we're civilians, we're out there in the work field, in the workforce, and this guy is, and your boss, male, female, whatever, is sitting there expecting you to be there at work every day, and you come in and say, oh, you got to go away for a year. And then a lot of the policies that we have out there for manning these units. What do recruiters do? What do? They find you a position, they find you a soldier for your unit that lives near you. Well, if that soldier doesn't have that skill set, that soldier isn't any good to you. Soldier's desperate, wants to get in the reserves, can't do it. Maybe you can, but now, there's a lot of other policies they're coming up with and trying to address that. Okay, you live here, we're going to let you drill over there, we're going to give you some money to get over there, or we're going to let you drill here but be accounted for over there. There are certain benchmarks that you've got to achieve, you've got to work towards getting those. The resources are up there, you know, to a point. I think when you're in reset and train year one, we have not placed a lot of emphasis on individual training when the units hit that. Well, now you're going to probably see us do that more, because before what they were just pulling people out and filling these units up and hoping, and, you know, in being a demand-based reserve instead of being a supply-based. And that's why this USARC Board 11-114 is saying, okay, we got to stop being a demand-based and we got to be a supply-based.